to Moca's Nola bells and bows. Where the love runs deep, the fam stays strong, and the bells, they always ring for us. We the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, real ones only, we don't mess around. All love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respecting the space. It's family, Moca got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. Just show a real and you already home. Pull up to the bells and bows like a Sunday seed. Got peace in the room and the vibe on beat. No drama, no mess, just minds that meet. Introduce yourself in the chat and the mods gon' greet. Real talk, we got brothers and sisters here. Ain't no fake love, every heart sincere. We've been through storms, but the skies stay clear. Loyalty live, that's the chant you hear. Woo! No chaos in the comment section. Just bells with a bond and a bold connection. Safe space, strong face, deep reflection. Mocha, don't fold, that's pure protection. If you ever felt unheard, misunderstood, pull up in the chat, we treat you good. Ain't gotta be loud, just gotta be true. Mocha got the light and we shine with you. Not a panel of pain, it's a platform of pride. Everybody got space and we don't divide. You loyal, you love, that's how we ride. Got a bell and a bow in the name, but a tribe world. From the mods to the lurkers and folks on rewatch. Every tap, every like, we feel it alive. Mocha ain't just a name, it's a vibe you caught. No la bell, no la boast, that's a family, not a thought. Bring it loud, we the bells and we hold it down. Yeah, we do. Real ones only, we don't mess around. Real talk, all love, no cap, no clout to chase. Just truth in the chat and respect in the space. It's family, Mocha got that heart of gold. From the south to the stream, we brave and bold. You ain't gotta pick sides or play a role. To show a real and you already home. Mocha said that to every bell in the space. Whether you typing, watching, or just vibing, you are this family. And over here, we don't fold, we ring. Ooh, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. And welcome to another live stream. So glad to know that each and every time that I open up this live stream, push that go live button, I see you people, my supporters, they're sitting here waiting. I'm forever grateful. Forever grateful. Welcome, guys. I hope you all had an awesome day. We're back here with another one. Another one. Guys, if you have not yet hit the like button, go ahead on and do your girl a favor and hit that like button. Because y'all saw the title. Y'all saw the thumbnail. And we're here tonight for a discussion. And tonight we will definitely have a discussion. He moved her himself, y'all. The blue-eyed devil moved her himself. It's been said that Zuri Zanzibar has made a statement. And that statement has raised many questions. That thumbnail said he was the orderly. Yes, y'all, imagine that. The blue-eyed devil was the orderly. You can't make it up. The blue-eyed devil made up all these lies. And right now, Zanzibar, Tanzania, they're about done with him. They're ready to wash their hands with him. But before I go too deep into what needs to be said, and before I do everything that I feel that I need to do, let me make a little correction. Because y'all know Mocha. Mocha come out here and say something. Mocha have no problems whatsoever retracting what she say, nor cleaning up what she say. Last night our conversation was, Joe was back in the United States. But guess what, guys? Guess what? Joe ain't in the United States. Huh. Joe is still in Tanzania. Joe reportedly is locked up. That's the word. That's the word. And we're going to hold that right there. And we're going to get to that in a minute. Because how the hell did we go from a vacation to Joe controlling every damn thing? And now what we're hearing allegedly is that Joe had shares in Zuri Zanzibar Resort. We're also hearing that Joe, not the ambulance, not professionals, not the police officer, it was Joe, the blue-eyed devil himself. He moved her from that resort and transported her not only to hospital number 1, but to hospital number 2 as well. Hey, and it gets better. And we're going to dive into that too a little later, because somehow the blue-eyed devil has connections with the healthcare companies and the facilities there in Zanzibar. What? You tell me. Honey, Joe is on some shit. And then Joe secretly trying to hide it and putting out these false narratives and putting bugs in people's ears and probably throwing them a few dollars to lie for him, to cover up shit for him. So now, now we got to ask ourselves, what really happened to Ashlee? What did Ashlee see here that made Joe do such a thing? So we can't just ask what happened. We got to figure out what made Joe put himself in a position his ass was in. And what made Joe decide what happened from moment to moment, minute to minute, hour to hour, and in that 11-hour window. Because when you start lining this shit up, we knew she was with his ass. And now we also know that he transported her. We also know where she was taken and the possibilities of what was said or done when he took her to each one of those hospitals. That wasn't no damn urgent care. That was hospitals that he took her to. Joe, the blue-eyed devil, he had access to Ashlee, y'all. Complete access, and he knew how the hell to use it. Being a woman, I don't like how the shit that feels. Nobody should have that much access to you as a woman, to whereas they could dictate and control your every movement and make you feel like a prisoner within your own self. Nobody. But we're going to get into it. Happy Friday, know the bells and bows. Once again, welcome to the porch, my loves. My moderators, I see y'all working hard as always. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all unconditionally because y'all continue to hold it down. Everybody that's coming in the chat this evening, sliding on in, I see y'all. And y'all know I appreciate y'all to the highest. You coming on up in here, make sure you hit that like button. Share the live out for your girl. You're new here, go ahead on in and hit that subscribe button. Join the family. Because over here, everybody is somebody. Everybody is somebody. All opinions matter. You bush watchers, hey, I see y'all. I love you all as well. The like button is free 99 all day long. I don't ask for much, but hitting that like button, I would truly appreciate it. And don't forget to double tap those emojis to the right, baby. They mean something to Mocha. Feel free to support the channel, whether it's through Cash Apps, Super Chat, Super Stickers, Jewels. Hype up the live for your girl. Because tonight, we walking this shit all the way through. We're going to talk about Joe. I've been in the comments. I've been paying attention. And baby, the same questions keep coming up. So go ahead on, y'all, and grab your snacks. Get comfortable. Do whatever you need to do. Because once we get into this, baby, it ain't no stopping us. Not tonight. It's Friday. The weather isn't favorable. So I don't have shit to do. Now, before we go any further, we got to let the people know that this live stream is for commentary. It's for discussion and it's for awareness. Everything we're talking about is out there. Falls under the fair use. I ain't here to tell nobody what to think. But together we're here to lay it out. We're here to walk this train. We're going to walk this train track together. And we're going to make it make sense. I see each and every one of you up in here. Sunshine, I see you, baby. Happy Friday to you, my love. Kamisha, my girl. Happy Friday. Katrina, welcome, baby. Happy Friday to you. My beautiful sister, April Webster. Happy Friday, my love. My girl, Essie, is up in here. Essie, much love to you, baby. Look at my beautiful sister, PJ. Welcome, sis. Happy Friday to you, my love. My beautiful sister, Dr. J, as always, much love, sister. Miss Miracle's mom, welcome, baby, welcome. Happy Friday to you. I see y'all up in here. Thank you all for pulling up on your girl. Carla Henry, I see you, baby. Happy Friday. Venetia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Sunshine said he needs to be locked up. As of now, he's locked up. According to sources. Star, I see you, Niecy Pooh. Happy Friday, baby. I see y'all. I see y'all up in here, but let's talk about some things, y'all. Let's talk about some things. I don't want to miss nobody. My girl Marty is up in here. Hey, girl. Happy Friday to you, my love. Hey, Jen. Welcome, my love. Happy Friday. Yes, guys, please hit the like button for your girl. Ariane, I see you, baby. I see you. Happy Friday, my love. Lady of Faith. Welcome, baby. Welcome. Happy Friday. She says, Mocha, I see you're on fire as usual. This is a mess. And Joe made this mess of this young lady. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then not only did he make a mess, but y'all, he put it out there trying to control the goddamn narrative like he had nothing to do with nothing. Now, Joe, we got your ass right where we need you right now. Trina Ellis, I see you, baby. Welcome, my love. Hey, Flip Mode Action, welcome. Welcome to the chat, my love, and happy Friday to you. My niece said, Joe, you got some splaining to do, and he do. My beautiful sister Rock, I see you, sis. I see you. Welcome and happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. And I see, I don't want to miss this, but I see Dr. J is thanking, Dr. J is thanking a girl Flip for sending a gift. Thank you, baby. Thank you so very much. I'm only on one device today, y'all. Only on one device. Annie. Hey, baby, welcome. Happy Friday. Justice for Ashlee, y'all. Kimberly Earls, I see you too, baby. Welcome. So here, let's get into this. Let's talk about it. Leisure lady, welcome, baby. Yolanda, welcome. Joe is not in prison, but he is over there locked up. Let's talk about it. Let's walk this shit all the way back. Now it's been said that first things first, it came from the resort that Joe and Ashlee were never separated. Hello. Let's tackle that shit first. Joe and Ashlee were never separated. Ain't that some shit? So that's the narrative that Joe put out there. That's the narrative Zuri Zanzibar put out there. And there's a reason why Zuri Zanzibar went along with the stories that Joe instructed them to tell. We would think or question, why was Zuri Zanzibar put their resort on the line for Joe? Well, now we have our answers. Zuri Zanzibar, they didn't put their resort in jeopardy for Joe. No. Joe holds stake. Look at my beautiful sister Rock. Thank you for supporting the channel, sis. Zuri Zanzibar did not put their business in jeopardy for Joe. What we didn't know at the time is that Joe holds a stake. Joe holds a stake in Zuri Zanzibar. He has shares on top of shares on top of shares in that resort. So what does that mean? Joe's the fucking boss. All those employees that were scattling and doodling around there, whatever Joe says worked. Whatever Joe said, it went. Because Joe makes sure that they get a payday. So a lot of people question the movements of the workers. Those workers did what they were supposed to do because they were instructed by the shareholder, by the boss, by the one who called all the goddamn shots. Ain't that a bitch? Lady of Faith said Joe's a predator. And I pray the truth comes out. There's too many moving parts. Absolutely. And you see all those moving parts? Joe controlled them. Joe controlled all of the moving parts. It was always said, money talks and bullshit walks. And over there, it didn't take a whole lot of money to start talking. And the bullshit kept walking. We got to call it for what it is. Now we're going to talk about what's being said because this is where shit gets nasty. We're hearing allegedly. Joe has partial ownership in that resort. Listen, Linda, listen, damn it. So with Joe having partnership, ownership, whatever the goddamn kind of ship it was in that resort, now we know what we've always known. That concocted ass Ashlee Nita Charges story, bullshit. Bullshit. To our understanding. Came from a source. Came from a source in Tanzania. It was said. We already discovered they were never separated. Joe unalived Ashlee in that room. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. I see thee. Welcome. Listen. There was no charges. That was bullshit. I don't know what took place. I can't speculate what took place. The only thing that we could allege is that Joe unalived Ashlee in that room. He sat there with that young lady's body for quite some time. Didn't know what the fuck to do. Boo bang, I see you, my love. Happy Friday, baby. Didn't know what to do. So in a panic, listen to this shit. The blue-eyed devil supposedly got up, went to the front desk, I guess to create an alibi. When he created the alibi, the blue-eyed devil ran into the mosquito killer. J. Rose, welcome, my love. Happy Friday, beautiful. You know, out there in those resorts, they have the people that goes around and they spray for bugs. He ran into him. He didn't run into him right then and there. These people go and spray for bugs. And what happened is the man went to Ashlee's room to spray. When he got to Ashlee's room to spray, it was he that discovered Ashlee's body. Once he discovered Ashlee's body, it must have shocked the shit out of him. He dropped spray bottles, spray cans, drop all this shit. Run to the front desk to report what the hell he saw. Look at my beautiful niece. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you for supporting the channel. Simone, welcome, baby. Happy Friday. Grab a seat, my love. The mosquito spray man couldn't believe what the hell he saw. He went to the front desk to report what he saw. When he gets to the front desk, lo and behold, who he bumps into other than the blue-eyed devil. Other than the fucking blue-eyed devil. You hear me? The blue-eyed devil is sitting there and he's trying to get his goddamn story straight. So now the blue-eyed devil is sitting there. Leisure lady, thank you so very much, my love. The blue-eyed devil is sitting there at that front desk and he's trying to get his shit straight. He got a story to tell and he want to make sure all of his people that's on payroll is all falling in line to make sure the story's straight. So now once more people know parts of the story as is unfolded and what has happened to Ashlee in that room. This is where it gets sticky. We know he did it. We know that shit was intentional. Not only was it intentional, but he sat there and he watched her lifeless body for hours. Hours. and fucking hours, and he did nothing about it. So let's take this shit a step further. Once other people were aware, Blue-Eyed Devil took Ashlee's body, allegedly, wrapped it up in blanket, sheet, whatever it may have been. Then he set the staff up to tell the lie that needed to be told. I see thee. Thank you so very much for supporting the channel, my love. Mocha, the Sherlock of our homes, gather. Thank you, baby. So the lie that the Blue-Eyed Devil put out there about somebody speaking to Ashlee about a charger, nah, bitch, that's a lie. Shell, baby, welcome. He took this young lady's body, allegedly, wrapped it up in a blanket. There was no ambulance call. No police officer was called. Nobody was called. The Blue-Eyed Devil himself, the Blue-Eyed Devil himself is who drove Ashlee to hospital number 1, y'all. Mocha. What you mean he drove her there? Well, baby, check this out. The Blue-Eyed Devil, with all his business ventures, Sharon, welcome, baby, welcome. With all of his business ventures, listen, y'all, he transported her to hospital 1 in his own personal van. Why? Because over there in Tanzania, the Blue-Eyed Devil is in partnership. He has shares with a private healthcare and medical transportation company. He's part owner of the resort. Ain't that a bitch? What do y'all think about that? If this bitch is part owner in a healthcare business, transportation business, mind you, got shares in the resort, mind you, do y'all think this is the Blue-Eyed Devil's first rodeo? Make this shit make sense. He was too comfortable putting her in that van, wrapped up in that blanket, taking her to the goddamn hospital. He was too comfortable. Get to hospital number 1. They declined to accept that deceased body. Because when she got there, I don't give a goddamn. See, the story they told about, she still had life in her. She ain't had a goddamn thing. She had been deceased. And he sit there, watched her. The devil. The fucking devil. You take her to hospital number 1. Those people sit there and said, I'm sure, allegedly they told him, now, bitch, you can't bring her here. We ain't lying for you. We ain't falsifying no documents for you, because we would have to answer for this shit sooner or later. And we ain't putting our John Henry on no goddamn line saying she came here breathing. So that didn't work. They didn't give the blue-eyed devil what he wanted. He took her to hospital number 2. Something makes me believe he had a connection with hospital number 2. He done dealt with them before. But then hospital number 2 told the story without really telling the story. He may have gone over there because, as we remember, he put the story out there that she committed suicide. He said that before the story even got out. Now, how do you come to that goddamn conclusion, blue-eyed devil? So you gave, I'm pretty sure, hospital number 2 a couple of dollars to tell the story the way you wanted to tell the story. Oh, they told it. But they didn't want to be held liable for it either. See, everybody ain't here to play your bullshit ass games, blue-eyed devil. They did include possible suicide in their report, but they didn't omit suffocation. They did not omit strangulation. Because let me tell you something, blue-eyed devil, you ain't as smart as you thought you were. Because how the hell can you suffocate and strangle at the same time? She couldn't do it to her goddamn self. She couldn't. So now the chickens are coming to roost, blue-eyed devil. D, welcome to the chat, my love. Mariah, I see you, baby. Whoo, child. This is some shit. You hear me? The fact that you transported this girl to the hospital like you was a fucking orderly. What? So you got that much access, that much control over there in Tanzania that they let your devilish ass do what the hell you want, how you want, when you want, and nobody questions that? I got a problem with that. But now it's to the point to where Tanzania don't want to be caught up in your bullshit, blue-eyed devil, because you're bringing too much heat to them. Too much heat. And my thing is, I do believe with all my heart, it got ugly in that room. It got ugly in that room. I do believe that Ashlee was held against her will. I believe she was truly held against her will, because how the hell is it that the wildlife resort comes out here? Let's show y'all how crooked Zuri Zanzibar really is. See, Joe, the blue-eyed devil, could not control, abuse, and misuse Ashlee at the wildlife resort. Those people came out here and made a statement saying how happy she was, how she enjoyed her stay there. And if we're really paying attention, it tells a story. Ashlee took pictures at the wildlife resort, posted every goddamn thing. Ashlee posted videos. Ashlee was faking to be happy because the smile wasn't a straight smile. Her smiles over there didn't compare to her normal picture smiles. We understand that now. But the fact of the matter is, over at the wildlife resort, she felt a little more free. And she probably was shaking in her boots and scared as fuck when he decided to move her over to Zuri Zanzibar. There was a reason why he took her to Zuri Zanzibar that we now know. He had control. Shell baby, thank you, my love. Thank you so very much for supporting the channel. He had full control at Zuri Zanzibar. And one thing he knew for certain, he could have done what he wanted, said what he wanted, move how he wanted at Zuri Zanzibar. Whether it was good, bad, right, or wrong. One thing he knew is that the employees were going to dance to his fucking music. And I do believe poor Ashlee was held hostage at Zuri Zanzibar. Ashlee saw something. Ashlee, in my opinion, heard something that she didn't quite agree with. Could it be his shady business dealings? Could it be the other women? We don't know. And unfortunately, we may never know. But it costed her her life. The blue-eyed devil ain't shit. Another thing. Another thing. The police over there, the commissioner, is sick of the blue-eyed devil as well. The blue-eyed devil is bringing too much attention. Too much fucking attention to their resort. The blue-eyed devil, no matter how much investment he has in their property, he costs them more than they're bringing in. And now he's a fucking liability. According to sources. See, everything over there is crooked. I don't give a goddamn. It's crooked. He's in custody. His passport is still seized. He ain't going nowhere. But my question is, for the narrative that was spent, at first they said he wasn't a suspect. You mean to tell me now all of a sudden he's locked up, passport taken? That means he's a suspect. Commissioner says, we know he did it. We know he did it. We just got to prove who else was involved. That's why Joe ass is still in Tanzania. But another thing, money talks and bullshit walks. If Joe had the funds to shut these people up and give him his walking papers, Adasa, welcome, my love. Welcome and happy Friday. If Joe had the money to pay the officials off, because they're greedy, they want the money. Joe ain't got the money. Joe was used to making shit just disappear. This ain't his first rodeo. You could best believe that. So now they done up the stakes on his ass. You want us to shut up. You want us to make this go away. Come and take care of it the right fucking way. You meet our price, we'll make you happy. He can't meet their price, y'all. These people came out here and said that there are cameras that shows exactly what happened. But because, ain't this a bitch? There are cameras that shows everything that happened. So evidently there are cameras in the room. But because of the shares that he holds, because of the stake that the blue-eyed devil holds in this resort, they're not willing to release it. Ain't that some shit? And I don't know if they were looking for sympathy, empathy, or whatever the hell they were looking for. They may be closing Zuri Zanzibar because of the negative press that they're receiving because of the blue-eyed devil. Then they said, when the blue-eyed devil took her to the hospital, he presented himself to those people as her husband. As her husband. And y'all know there was a reason for that, right? He presented himself as her husband so he could be in possession of all of her possessions. And once he was able to access her possessions, something tells me hotel staff, being that his ass is locked up, hotel staff, his partners, somebody is hiding all of Ashlee's possessions. This young lady had been deceased for hours. 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 Now, I want to know, who did the blue-eyed devil give a couple of dollars to call that mama? Who? Leisure lady. Look at my girl, Mina. Hey, baby, thank you for supporting the channel, mama. Happy Friday. Leisure lady, thank you so much, my love. Who did the blue-eyed devil give a couple of dollars to, or offered a little extra something on their paycheck to make the call to that mama? Because how can that mama confirm that it was somebody legit from the hotel that called her? Why the hell would a call even come from the hotel and not the proper authorities? Whoo, baby. That autopsy was done in Zanzibar on the 14th. Ashlee's body came back to the States. Now, if Zanzibar was on the up and up, if they really wanted to do shit the right way, when you sent this baby's body back, why the hell did you not tuck the autopsy report in there with her body? As a matter of fact, you didn't even have to tuck the paperwork in there with the body. You could have emailed them people that shit. So what is Zanzibar not doing right? I'm confused. Because now I question the fact that the parents said that they're doing an independent autopsy. Let me show you where it don't make sense. Because how the hell or why the hell would you do an independent autopsy? Now, if I'm wrong, I need y'all to correct me in this chat because y'all know I don't mind. Why would you do an independent autopsy? What the hell are you going to compare it to? Because in the little knowledge that I do have, if you're going to do an independent autopsy, that is to compare it to the findings of the first autopsy. Zanzibar never released an autopsy. So now what are we looking for? Or better yet, and this is just Moca, did you really do an independent autopsy? Something tells me, and I could be very wrong, a threat has been put on Ashlee's family. because there's no way humanly possible. Your child has been through that much trauma, that much destruction, to come back here unalive and you got your lips shut goddamn tight. That makes no sense to me. I don't believe that there was an independent autopsy, y'all. I'm just saying. I could be wrong. Because let's talk about, I watched I look at y'all comments on the replay. I pick up some of the comments, even in the chat, people asked about life insurance. I'm going to answer the life insurance question, not only for the blue-eyed devil, but also for the mama if she got some. Because I heard people say, maybe the GoFundMe money is still there because she used the life insurance. Hell to the fuck no. Ain't nobody paying off on no life insurance policy for nobody that supposedly committed suicide. I don't give a damn who it is. You could have been the Pope. If you committed suicide, ain't nobody paying you for that. So again, I question the independent autopsy. Because what are you comparing it to? And something bothering me. Because again, like I said last night, I thought the blue-eyed devil was back. But since the blue-eyed devil is not back, right? Y'all couldn't take y'all ass to Tanzania, and I wish y'all would have. Why can't you go to Miami? Portia, welcome, my love. Happy Friday. Why can't you go to Miami? Get inside your daughter's residence. And I'm pretty sure everything you need to know is right there. This man has been a monster long before Ashlee Janae even knew who the hell he was. When that wife divorced him. People think that ex-wife is going to come out here and say, that ex-wife ain't going to say shit because she ain't got shit to do with nothing. All we know about her is that she left his ass. She left his ass because of the abuse and the misuse. But one thing about it, she questioned his shady business dealings. And when she divorced his ass, she divorced his ass and she ended up with a bunch of shares from his shady dealings. We can't forget the fact that these workers at Zanzibar work for Joe. Whatever Joe said do, they done. We can't overlook that. And I believe that phone call that that mama said, that Ashlee called her and said, I called that bullshit too. I call it bullshit. And I'm tell you why Moca calls it bullshit. Again, like I said, unless somebody done threaten her to shut up. Because, ma'am, you want the help from the people, or maybe you don't. Because Ashlee's name would not be circulating the way it's circulating if it wasn't for the people. Because if it was left up to you, ma'am, if it was left up to you, daddy, nobody would know a damn thing about an Ashlee being unalived in Tanzania. Something is going wrong behind the scenes. And once again, I'm going to use that phrase, money talks and bullshit walks. Because why? Why be so quick to bury her? She just got here. Now we got to connect the dots. You can't make me believe that independent autopsy was done in 2 days. Ashlee made it to the States. And you mean to tell me 2 days later you got a funeral plan? Make it make sense. Y'all, I've been running my mouth all this time. Let me grab some of them comments. Lady of Faith says all of them were paid off by the blue-eyed devil. Allegedly, I believe that. Sunshine says, so the mom know the truth about what happened, but played dumb to everything. Sunshine, I believe that. I believe that absolutely, Carla Henry. That funeral was playing too fast. Carla Henry, let's make it make sense. Ashlee comes home on Monday, and on Wednesday, you mean to tell me you got arrangements already made? You know what you're going to do and how you're going to do it? Ain't no independent autopsy. I'm sorry, not sorry. You got to call this shit for what it is. Sunshine, the mama knew. She knows a lot that she's sitting on, and she ain't giving it up. Yolanda says, I asked, was it him and his Goonies medical transport driving her around, making sure she was unalive? They drove around while she was breathing her last breath. Now, I believe, Yolanda, when they took her from that resort, I believe she was already gone. I believe she was already gone, baby. Right, Rock said they definitely didn't want to lose their job, so whatever went. Marty said loyalty lasts only while money is running. When money runs out, so does loyalty. Marty, I appreciate you saying that. But tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, Marty. Because in the blue-eyed devil's position right now, the money has ran out. He don't have access to nothing no more, not being locked the hell up. They described how he's sitting in jail right now, being treated just like a local. So ain't shit he could do for them from there. So now they're willing to give his ass up. But we're going to just sit back and see how that really plays out, if it plays out. Sunshine says, so that means Mr. Hammer Joe had the say so and the control that our organs go or stay. That's why I'm concerned about that independent autopsy. Because if you had an independent autopsy, once again, like I said, you needed the first one to compare the independent one to. You never got a report from the first one. And seemingly the independent one wasn't done. This shit is strange. And you mean to tell me you're going to accept a payoff? You're going to accept a payout over getting justice and finding the truth on yours? Stora says, didn't the mom say Ashlee told her that they were in an argument and were separated? That's what she said. Now, I question that, right? And I'm going to tell you, Star, why I question that, niece. Because this is where we need Ashlee's phone. This is where we need Ashlee's phone to really find the truth. Did Ashlee tell this to her mother? that they were separated. Because now we know that this is a story that Joe concocted. The real truth came out. They were never separated. So why would Ashlee call her mama and tell her mama we're separated? So the question remains, just like I asked last night, did Ashlee's mama really have a conversation with Ashlee? The lies have to be revealed, baby. Mommy dearest, tell the truth and shame the devil, baby. Because if the real story is they were never separated, who told you that they were separated? So the blue-eyed devil said, this is the story, this is the script. You stick to the script and don't you go off the rail. So is that why Snowman was hitting you with the elbow during the interview? Is that why? Because goddamn it, you was getting ready to leak something. And your man told you, now that you're talking too much. And he reeled you back in. So now you're lying, ma'am. Now you're lying. Ashlee didn't have, allegedly, that conversation with you. You were told what to say by the blue-eyed devil, and you went with that. I can't believe that, ma'am. Leisure Lady said, I heard Joe is still being held, pooping in a bag and eating beans like the rest of the crooks. Girl, that's what I heard too, girl. That's exactly what I heard. He's in the jail with the locals. He is not getting elite treatment. He's not. He could have played that shit at Zuri Zanzibar, but he's not playing that shit in the jail. Absolutely, Carly Henry, they're all money hungry. So Joe sitting up there running Zuri Zanzibar. He the big wig. He's the big wig. Marty says, Mommy dearest, don't no truth come from my ashy bottom foot down. Because there's nothing truthful being spoken. Something ain't right with that lady. As a matter of fact, something ain't right with none of them. Because like I said last night, one of my biggest problems is this young lady has 6 siblings. You mean to tell me everybody got hush mouth? Everybody's being made to shut the fuck up. I got a serious problem with that. Serious problem with that. So you mean to tell me y'all taking a little bribe? How far you think that's going to get you? Yolanda says, Mocha, if she was strangled, she was scratching and clawing. Whose skin was under her nails? We'll never know. They're about to bury her. Cover it up. Yolanda. That's where the independent autopsy would have came in and nailed that shit to the cross. You hear me? That independent autopsy in the States, they would have went through Ashlee's body with a fine-tooth comb, spotlights and magnifying glasses. Everything that went wrong, they would have found it. But not in 2 days. Not in 2 days. So Yolanda, once again, I have to honestly say, I don't believe that there was an independent autopsy. These people accepted whatever it is that Zuri Zanzibar told them or Joe told them on the phone. And we have to say it like that. They accepted what was told to them over the phone because they didn't get no paperwork to verify it. Now this is gonna be the fucking kicker. You got a funeral plan. Y'all about to have a big old service. Lay that baby to rest. And watch that fabricated, fugabooed, add what you want, take out what you don't need autopsy report. Watch they get it after they bury her. What the hell are you going to do with it then? What you going to do with it then? This shit has all been, in my mind, this shit has been well calculated and strategically planned. Joe was positioned to do every goddamn thing that he's done. Joe took her to Zuri Zanzibar for a reason. But we also got to ask who else was involved. And I call bullshit when I see it. Is the staff at Zuri Zanzibar. They saw. And when he made the decisions, they fell in line and said, okay, boss. Okay, boss. Okay, boss. If y'all in the chat, and if you catching what I'm saying, go ahead, y'all, go ahead and drop some eyes in the chat if this is beginning to make just a little bit of sense. This young lady goes to Zanzibar. In the name of a trip, not knowing that the blue-eyed devil was taking her to his playground to do every goddamn thing to her that she had no clue. And that mama sitting her ass up, I see y'all, I see y'all. And that mama sitting her ass up there and going along with it, ma'am, I got several problems with you. And I'm telling you all, this shit took place with this young lady within days. You get there on your trip. You got plans to celebrate your birthday. You get a proposal. Y'all argued from the day that y'all got there according to the people. But I can't believe that y'all argued from the day that y'all got there. That's the report that's coming from Zuri Zanzibar. Because the wildlife resort said Ashlee had the time of her life. She was happy. They saw no problems over there. So all the arguments started at Zuri Zanzibar, where the bitch had control over Ashlee. And then all of a sudden, this young lady lose her life in a matter of days. Hell to the no, Moca ain't buying it. It ain't just about what happened. It's about how fast everything happened. From will you marry me in that yes, to the tension and then the tragedy. Just like that, that ain't how shit happened. You done did all this shit to this young girl, blue-eyed devil. And on top of all of this, you the one that transported her to hospital 1 and 2. You got ties, possible ties, with the hospitals. You want us to believe the story you putting out here? Because you never called for help. You handle this shit yourself. This is sad, and I just don't get that mama. I don't get that mama questioning shit. How you sit up there and accept shit that you shouldn't? Hey, terrific. Welcome, boo. Happy Friday. Ultimately said he took her there just to hurt her and do her just how he really wanted to. Yes, he didn't love her. He didn't feel anything for her. Yolanda said making sure everyone is on the same page, including her mama, who she allegedly called. Told you the mama was trying to remember the script. Yolanda, you said it. You said it. Because Yolanda, once again, I don't believe Ashlee called her mama. If you all think, if you all believe, if you all have an inkling, if you all feel that Ashlee called her mama and had that phone call with her mama, drop a one in the chat. If you all believe it's bullshit and she never had the conversation with her mama, drop a two in the chat. Bed-Stuy, welcome to the chat. I don't believe she called that mama. And as bad as it's looking right now, I could never accept a payoff. I could never accept a payoff. Never. Marty says, wow, they spray for bugs while guests in the room? Well, they missed one. Marty, you're crazy. Yeah. That was a roach. I'm waiting for that family storyline, Ariane. I truly am. Carla Henry Joe is going to pay for it. That blue-eyed devil that got away with too much this time. No. You ain't getting away with it. He's going to pay for what he did. Not only to Ashlee, because you best believe some more shit is going to come out in the wash where is going to come out where he done this shit to somebody else. May not be to this extent, but something is going to come out in the wash where he did this shit to somebody else. And it's going to come out how the locals covered up his dirty deeds. It's going to come out. I can almost assure you of that. He was too comfortable doing this shit and taking care of it in the name of on his own. And then lining people up to cover it up. And then making phone calls to make sure everybody's story was lined up and in order. This ain't his first rodeo. Carla Henry, I wouldn't doubt it. He looks demonic. When I tell you, skinhead, MAGA supporter, Antichrist, he's a skinhead, a full-blown MAGA supporter. And you ride around here with signs and tags stapled on your ass saying Antichrist. You don't think he recorded her while she was on the line? Huh? Oh, I believe he did. Like it was a fucking ritual. And thought nothing of it. And the only thing that I prayed to the good Lord did not happen. I pray that to the good Lord that Ashlee did not give this monster full control of her personal possessions, like her bank account, things of that nature. I mean, oh, I am in Miss Jackson, welcome. Yolanda says, oh God, they did record it for the dark web. He's a part of it. They're sick, paying Joe big money for it. Joe is definitely going to get it. And that mama coming out here asking for a ring lady. That would be the last goddamn thing that I would want. You ain't got your daughter, but you're looking for a ring. What you gonna do with the ring, ma'am? You're gonna put it on a chain and wear it around your neck so it could burn a hole in your heart? What are you gonna do with that ring? I wouldn't want a damn thing that ties me. I wouldn't want a damn thing that ties me to the blue-eyed devil. You looking for the ring, that's a constant reminder of the shit that he put your daughter through. Why would you want it? Marty said they're all going to soon turn on him because he ain't bringing the right publicity to draw the tourists in. He bringing mess and tourists not going to feel safe. It's not that hotel number one priority. Absolutely. Abso-goddamn-lutely. Mary Kay, I see you, my love. Hadassah, my girl, says the mother lied because she say Ashlee called her and said Joe was moved to another room. That's the lie right there. And we can't unsee that lie. You know, the lady would have been in a better position had she come out here and said, it was told to me. She could have said it was told to me. But you're going to come out here and say, Ashlee called you and said that? Because that don't line up with, I need a charger. Because that meant if she needed a charger, her shit was dead. All this shit is coming back. Absolutely. Ashlee played the ultimate price. Absolutely, D. They said she never moved out that room. Never moved out that room is right. And he never moved out the room either. Carla Hendry says, that's why Ashlee family should have went to find out what really happened to her and get her belongings. They had enough money from the GoFundMe. They could have hired security to go with them. Carla Henry, I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's no reason. I don't give a shit what nobody says. But could it be that Joe threatened them? Allegedly. Could it be that he made the story, maybe he sent him a story that was so far-fetched? I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there for that part because I don't see a logical explanation as to why the fuck these people did not go to Tanzania. There is no logical explanation as to why they didn't go. Hook or crook, I'd have went. Money or no money, I'd have went down the grace of God. He'd have got me there safely and would have gotten me back. But I'd have got back to the United States with damn answers. Hey, Kay, K-Mo Royalty, welcome to the chat, my love. There's no damn way. Yolanda says I live 3 hours away from where her funeral is going to be. I'm so tempted to go. Yolanda, I swear I wished I lived closer. I would have gone. I would have gone. Lady of Faith said he may have even locked the doors so Ashlee wouldn't get out. He was always suspect number one. Absolutely. Absolutely. He kept her prisoner. He kept her prisoner. And I believe that with everything that's in me. He likes control. He likes control. PJ, my girl. PJ said they said Stone was never removed from that room. I told y'all that Stone hauled ass out that back after unaliving Ashlee, and she was deceased before she left that room. Absolutely, she was deceased. I knew that she was deceased when they brought up the 11-hour window. Shouldn't have took you 11 hours to call nobody. Shouldn't have took you 11 hours to call nobody. Marty says, Mama dearest, you ain't fooling nobody but yourself. Because what happened to your daughter ain't going away anytime soon. So, ma'am, clear your conscience. Tell the world the real truth, not your scripted version. And that's the unfortunate part, Marty, because it all seems so very scripted. So very scripted. They didn't think Ashlee was going to get this attention. They got fooled. Absolutely, Carla Henry. Absolutely. Lady of Faith said there are so many money hungry. Oh, they're so money hungry. They probably gave Joe the paperwork if any autopsy was done. This is sad. This is sad. And then I love that Marty calls this lady Mommy Dearest. The fact that all of this has been going on with this child. I don't give a damn if my child was a drunk, if my child was a terror. My child could have been a menace. My child could have been somebody that nobody, not another human being wanted to touch, be around, feel, see, or nothing. But something tragic like this happens to my child that you now want the world to believe that you had such a great relationship with, ma'am, sir. Now I'm talking to both the mama and the goddamn daddy. I'm talking to the step parents too. Because y'all matter. How the hell y'all come out here? Y'all want to get dressed up to do an interview. Y'all dressed up in all these white symbolic clothes. What's the white symbolic clothes for? Because the way y'all moving ain't a goddamn thing pure about it. Nothing. But y'all giving these interviews, telling y'all versions. And not one of y'all. And listen, I understand everybody grieves differently. But this shit was fresh. Fresh. And I don't know if I'm just a different individual. And if I know I'm going through some shit like this and I don't exactly know the truth about what happened to mine, and all I can repeat is what's been told to me, and I have not put my hands on my child. I have not laid my eyes on my child. Every time somebody would mention my child name or force me to mention it, baby, every syllable coming out with a tear. These people showed no fucking emotions. None. The lady, you could halfway tell the world. Because my daughter said that her and Joe had an argument. And they put them in separate rooms. Ma'am, that shit didn't even sound right. Yolanda said, okay, autopsy done. Okay, what was under her nails? She fought, trust that. Does Joe have scratches on his face or his arms? I want to see pictures of him now while the scratches are fresh. Yolanda, why you think Tanzania kept her body that long? There was a reason they kept her body as long as they kept it, baby. And it wasn't for a fucking autopsy. You could best believe that. Ultimately, Gorgeous says the GoFundMe ain't that no more. What you say? Oh, so they made their withdrawals today. So they done banked out like almost on 70 grand. So they done cashed out about 70 grand on the GoFundMe. The parents act like they're scared to do anything. They're working for the man. They're working for the man. Yolanda said Joe got everything. That's the narrative of him being her husband. He's the next of kin. And you mean to tell me Zanzibar, Tanzania, goddamn it, the videos were there. The pictures was there. The proof was in the pudding that he proposed. He didn't marry her, goddamn it. He proposed to marry her. And then let him walk through that little village, that little dirty ass village with the title of being her husband. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Ariane said Mocha, she ain't gonna say nothing because she need the payments. Carla Henry, I don't know. Carla Henry want to know, did they ever tell the people that donated thank you? I never heard. I never heard. Yolanda said the wife got shares because it was her money that got him started. She wasn't playing with him. Run me my money. That ex-wife did what she was supposed to do and she got the fuck on. Ain't nobody gonna stay with nobody and keep being abused. And no disrespect whatsoever to young Ashlee Janae. But the first sign of abuse, I would have got the hell on. And it is in my opinion, he showed himself to her long before the trip to Tanzania. She's experienced. She's experienced abuse and covered it up very well. Because I want to be like my mama. The fuck? Marty said, Mama dearest, you don't have to go anywhere because you know all, don't y'all? Bet you done slipped your ass. Bet you done slipped your ass to Miami already, or did you actually know where Ashlee lived? Because to me, there was no mother-daughter bond. Marty, that's a good damn Marty. I wonder that my damn self. These people don't know Joe people, don't know who Joe, at least they making us believe, want us to believe they don't know. But that lady know, because that lady was seen out in public, her and her husband at events with Joe and Ashlee. So my question is, do you really know where Ashlee lives? Do you know where Joe lives? Do you know Joe people? Because you sitting your ass there quiet as a church mouse. And that's where I have a big problem with the news people. The news people cover bullshit all day long. They run in and out of everybody's personal lives for no goddamn reason. Why the news people didn't go pull up nothing on Joe? Why the news people have not made reports on, well, we went to knock on Joe McCain's brother's house, or we went knock on Joe McCain's sister or his mama's house. None of that. None of that. Because they want this shit to go away. And it ain't going away the way y'all think it's going to go away. It ain't. And I'm with y'all when y'all say that phone call to that mama. When y'all say that phone call to that mama did not happen by Ashlee, I believe that. Lady of Faith said them parents weren't acting right from the day she got that so-called phone call. Absolutely. And that's how you worded it right, a so-called phone call. All right, ultimately, I see you, boo. Lies on top of lies on top of lies. Mocha, they find that phone and the mother is lying. Yolanda. I'm hoping to God they find that phone. But then again, in Tanzania, everything from that phone is probably wiped the hell out. Wipe the hell out because no way. All for a couple of fucking dollars. Y'all done sacrificed lives. J. Rose says, I'm compelled to believe. The hotel wasn't a part of it and thought those people were going to help. But since he owed them, they turned on him. Absolutely. Those people felt compelled. Joe had a little authority, a little power. All they knew, yes, boss. Yes, boss. Okay, boss. Sure, boss. They worship the white man over there. Let's not get that twisted. Joe could have made them eat shit. Joe could have made those people over there eat shit and bark at the moon. Okay, boss. See where I'm going with that? So they didn't mind covering that shit up. And now all of a sudden, everybody running scared. Lady of Faith said, I believe they're done with the old devil. The trick and treats are done. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Ariane says, Mocha, do you think that mom will ever speak up and end up homeless and have nowhere to go? Because let's not forget, Ashlee's gone. And that's a piss poor ass mama. If she's willing to live the rest of her life and think she's going to be comfortable, think she's going to be happy, going to bed and waking up to a fucked up ass secret like that, I could never. Talking about dancing with the goddamn devil. Oh no, Marty, it's not a private funeral, baby. It's open to the public. PJ, I don't believe he took his phone either. I don't believe he took his damn phone. Red flags everywhere. Carla Henry, I'm with you. I do believe poor Ashlee's body was destroyed beyond recognition. Carla, I could believe that. Lady of Faith says they know more about Joe than they let on. They showed not a bit of anger from them. It was Ashlee. Wait a minute, girl. Let me read this shit again. Girl, hold up. Wait, listen, Linda. Let me adjust these glasses, girl. My girl says they know more about Joe than they let on. They showed not a bit of anger toward him from them. It was said Ashlee was adopted. That autopsy is a very big part of this. And the parents act like nothing's wrong. That's my first time hearing the possibilities of Ashlee being adopted. I know it was said that she was the oldest of 6 siblings. And that's where I'm baffled at, because if you have these brothers and sisters, and you're such a close-knit family, and maybe the emotions have taken over mommy and daddy can't speak because emotions are tearing their asses up. So why, as the remaining siblings, nobody stepped up to the plate? Why have not the remaining siblings stepped up to the plate? And I see y'all comments in the chat. She does look like her father. Absolutely. I agree with y'all wholeheartedly. D Royal, and my girl said, and I said that too. They know more about Joe. That's why she never said much. Hell, didn't hung out with Joe. So maybe, just maybe, I'm not going to implicate Joe. I'm not going to say what I know about Joe, because if I say X, Y, Z about Joe, then that means I'm putting my husband out in the front too. Call it for what the fuck it is. Ms. Jackson said he transported her. Would I do that? Oh my God, this is worse than the Carbo 6. Carbo 6, absolutely, Miss Jackson. He was the one that transported her. The devil. The fucking devil. My girl Yolanda says, I'm telling y'all, the mama doing all that with her hand on her chest, scratching, rubbing, patting, and shit. She's signaling somebody, letting them know their plan is in play. You've been saying that, Yolanda. But Yolanda, I don't know who the hell she's signaling. I ain't into that type of shit. I don't know who she was signaling. But I know one thing. She was getting ready to say a little too much. And her husband nudged her ass back to reality. This is sad. Marty, I agree. Marty says, Mommy dearest, you ain't no mother, a woman or a human. Because if you don't got no maternal instinct about you, because any mother will fight through fire to get their child that's in distress. You sat there and you just twisted your goddamn hands. Why? Why? Why would you set your ass there, Mommy dearest, and just twist? Say like Marty, twist your damn hands. No, ma'am. And that's what makes the public question everything about you, ma'am. That's what makes the public question everything about you. Bushwatchers, I see you all sitting out there. I love you all too. Do your girl a favor and hit the like button, please. Bedside says, Mocha. Oh, Mocha, Mocha, Mocha. Please give her parents some grace. They may be feeling tremendous guilt and grief for 31 years of failing to protect and love her. Bedside. Bedside. I could offer them my condolences. But bedside, I gotta call it for what I see. That ain't your issue, my issue, the next man's issue that they failed as parents. You understand me? We can't fix that wrong. But even if you know you fucked up as a parent, in 31 years, you know you fucked up. Why the hell would you put yourself in a position to still want to cover up wrong? That's the issue I have. What happened in their life with Ashlee, 30 in all her 31 years, don't have nothing to do with me. But today, it has everything to do with everybody, because this young lady lost her life senselessly. This mama sitting on some shit, and she being hush mouth. That's her demons. Let her fight that, and let her fix her wrongs, her grief, her guilt. Ain't got shit to do with me. Grace is given where grace is earned. You don't think I'm gonna sit up here and see this motherfucker playing in our face and let our face be played in and still no. It's a different kind of guilt that they're carrying. It's a different kind of guilt that them parents is carrying. You better believe that. Hadassah, absolutely, baby. What's done in the dark will definitely come to the light, no matter how long it takes. And that's why we keep speaking what we see, keep speaking what we hear, keep speaking what we know about Ashlee. The further her name travels, the closer we get to the truth. That's why I encourage you all to share the live stream out. Get Ashlee's name out there. Bring attention to who she is. Because if it's left up to the parents, if it's left up to her fucking parents, nobody will be talking about Ashlee Janae. And I say that because they want this to go away. They want it all to go away. Why? You despise your child that much? You had a problem with your child that much where seeking justice isn't important? Something is wrong. Rock, thank you, boo. Thank you so much for the floating hearts, mama. Thank you. Lady of Faith says, they were all looking suspicious each and every time they were interviewed. They're sitting up there looking like some ducks. Ducks with a script. That's how they were looking. Ducks with a script. Ariane says, Mocha, allegedly that snowman and off too many colored girls. This is not his first rodeo. I believe that too. Something tells me this is not their first rodeo. Ms. Jackson says, on top of the GoFundMe, I wonder what was in our bank account. And did the boyfriend or the mama have access? Somebody's getting paid. Ms. Jackson, we wondered that as well. But one thing I could almost believe, her money wasn't on her mama. Look at my girl Sakina. Hey, boo. Happy Friday. I don't believe that money was on her mama's name. I believe some way, somehow, the blue-eyed devil convinced her to move shit around. And I could be wrong. But I do not believe he would have unalived her the way that he did if something wasn't in it for him. If he was not benefiting some type of way financially, if he didn't have access, if he didn't have control, I don't believe he would have offed her like that. He lined up all his ducks. He made sure everything that was going to benefit him benefited him the right way. You don't think he was going to take that risk and do to her what he did to her and somebody else benefits off of it? Hell no. He did what he did because all her hard work. Look at terrific. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. He did what he did because it benefited him, y'all. It benefited him. K-Mo Royalty says, I think either the parents were silenced or told to be silent due to their own private investigation. That's why I think they stopped talking to the public. I do think they have boots on the ground. And that would be a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. If they have boots on the ground. That would be a beautiful thing. Because no normal parent will walk around and accept what's being delivered to them, handed to them, and not standing up and speaking out and screaming to the top of their lungs for justice for theirs. Hey, Tony, happy Friday, boo. Welcome. Oh my God, it's you. Welcome. But either way it goes, I believe they were silenced. That part I could believe. Adasa said there's something about that mother that irritates my spirit. D said they said he put a bag around her hands too. Now why? Now why would he put a bag around her hands? Was the bag around? Let's talk about the strategy in all of this, right? What's the reason for the bag around her hands? The bag around her hands were for what, blue-eyed devil? Because she fought your ass back and your DNA was all under her fingernails and you had to get rid of it? So you use a chemical or whatever substance you put in the bag. That's what the reason for the bag? Now, Portia said all points to him. being a very disturbing and evil person that he is. That he is. My girl Rock said, that's a plot twist. Maybe the ring had Fenton on it. Rock, the type of person he is, we can't put nothing past him. That bag around her hand. Who thinks like that? Huh. That needs further investigation. Marty says private or no private, or even if it's no open casket, it's going to raise deeper questions. And they think they're smart. All this express funeral go do is cause more doubts. I'm waiting for the outcome, Marty, whether it's open or not. I'm waiting, Marty. Absolutely, D. How is that mama going to fix that lie? Bed-Stuy says they may want the ring back because stepdaddy may have taken out a loan to purchase it. Just maybe it wasn't paid for with cash. Huh. Oh my God, it's you, said I have to say something. And I don't care who I offend. African men look at me with hate in your eyes, just like white men. It's something about mixed black women that men hate. But not all men. I can't give that charge to all men, because there are some men that were raised absolutely right. Some men were raised with morals and decency, come from a very loving home in a very, very, very structured environment. So it ain't all men that look at biracial women and feel a certain type of way. Joe's a monster. We're going to call it for what he is. Joe targeted black women. And if nobody ever recognizes that pattern, this that's unfolding with Ashlee should tell the story. Every woman that Joe has ever been with has been a black woman, one that he thought he could manipulate. Rock said he probably hacked all the devices and had all those passwords. I would not doubt it. And that's how he gets access to her shit. I could believe that. Marty says, I feel like the father is not in the loop of what's really going on. He look about like a fish out of water on some of them news reports. Oh yeah, my girl was unalive before she even left that room, y'all. Ariane said, Mocha, where's Ashlee fake friend? I ain't heard shit from her yet. Terrific, thank you, boo. Terrific said, let's help Mocha reach her goal, please, and thank you in advance. Thank you, my love. Yolanda said they were fighting in that room. And muffled screams were heard. People are really evil. Yolanda, let's talk about the fight in the room. Yolanda. Now, Mocha being Mocha. Mocha don't believe it was a fucking fight. Because remember, Yolanda, who's to say they even had any goddamn guests at Zuri Zanzibar? Did the guests that heard the altercation ever come out here and say a goddamn thing? Nope. All these reports that we heard came from Zuri Zanzibar. All the reports that we heard was reports that Joe fed to the people for the people to put out there. Remember, Joe put out the narrative that this young lady unalived herself. Joe also put out the narrative that she asked for a charger. Joe also put out the narrative, had the hotel staff say that she had been acting strange and she was suicidal. So I don't believe that that was a next door neighbor. I don't believe that there was a fucking next door neighbor. That was another one of Joe lies. So my thing is, if that was really an altercation, oh, and let's not forget the other lie, they were separated. So if that was really an altercation, neighbors, and y'all really felt a certain way, bitch, why y'all ain't call the police? Ooh, child of lies. Lady of Faith said, how the hell did they get the body back to the States? But they couldn't go over there themselves. This is very strange. And they are just haven't accepted what's being handed to them. That's the part that gets me. That's what gets me. Because my thing is, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I understand you go to these little foreign countries, you don't know who to trust. But I would have took my chances as a parent. Take me to Tanzania. If my daughter was brave enough to get to that bitch, I'm going to be brave enough to go there too. Y'all just going to show me different. Oh shit, Ariane says she want to know what's the color code for the funeral because she know they got one. It's going to be a storyline. Lady of Faith says, Mocha, I agree. Everybody grieves different. But your child, ain't no way. My head would have been all over the place. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rock said that marriage ain't legal in America. They need to lock his ass up. Ain't even no damn marriage. All the fuck he did was propose. And that's sad. Ain't made no public appearance, telling nobody thank you for the GoFundMe money. Just sitting there. Just sitting there twiddling your goddamn thumbs. Scared to open your mouth and seek justice for yours. Rock said, but that family has no urgency to make the right moves. And that's why Zuri Zanzibar, that's why Tanzania handled them the way they handled them. These people showed no urgency. These people made no moves. So Tanzania say, you don't give a fuck me either. You don't care about your daughter. We don't either. And that's why they're giving them what they're giving them, which is not a goddamn thing. Because I do believe if they would have put their foot on that soil, they could have made some shit shake. And they have to also know, with all of the celebrities, let's start there, that's in support of Ashlee. With all of the big content creators, that's in support of Ashlee. There is no fucking way these people could make me believe that they would have been on that soil by themselves. They can't make me believe that. But they didn't want the help because they didn't reach out for help. They took the goddamn story that Joe gave them and ran the fuck with it. That's why they never made it to Tanzania. Content creators, the big ones, would have been there. They liked the tea. They liked the news. They liked to advocate. Celebrities. that go there and spend their hard-earned fucking money for vacations and whatnot. They would have been there too. But these people allowed Joe to tell them what he told them, and they ran the hell with it. How you put that much trust in a goddamn blue-eyed devil, a skinhead? This is some sick shit. Beautiful soul. I see you, my love. Marty said that absolutely, Mocha. Absolutely, Mocha. Why the press is not hot-footing Zuri Zanzibar or his family? Because they love to spread gossip. Normally, whether it's true or false. Because ain't that what sell newspapers and get ratings? That's weird in itself. Absolutely, Marty. And that should have been a red flag for everybody. Why we have not seen no news reports? Why this ain't floating all over TV? Who's controlling the narrative to shut this shit all the way down? Katrina says, well, if they really wanted to know what was happening on the phone service can pull up your phone calls and messages because everything is being recorded on those phones. Katrina, you're absolutely right. And if our parents were really wanting to know the truth, I don't give a damn if you had to get somebody to subpoena every cell phone carrier there was. Because I'm sure that mama didn't even know the phone carrier this child had. But Joe knew. Mariah, thank you so much for supporting the channel with the gift, boo. Thank you. Arjaman, welcome, my love. Welcome. Hey, Alex, welcome to the chat, baby. But those little workers at Zanzibar Resort, they did everything Joe say do. Yes, a boss. True blessings. Welcome, my love. Well, true blessings, that's what Zuri Zanzibar said. These motherfuckers said shit was looking so bad. With the shit that Joe had going on, it was bad for business. So they're thinking about closing their doors. But why close your doors now? Because you'll close the bitch with the truth. You go close it with the truth. And you be using I'ma close the doors down because you don't want to give it up. And I think they're just using that as a storyline because they don't want to give up the truth. I could be very wrong. But that's the way it's looking. D says, and I said that too. They knew more about Joe. That's why she never said much. That mama ain't said shit. Twirling her goddamn, look at my boo J Rose. Thank you so much for the cash out, my love. That star said Ashlee is indeed the oldest. Mariah, thank you, boo. Thank you for supporting the channel. That star said Ashlee's the oldest. However, she may be the only daughter of Harry and Yolanda. Her sister Alyssa spoke about their relationship. Wow. Because his sister Alyssa, She and Ashlee don't resemble at all. Marty said it was Mr. Beetroot allegedly invited the fiancé to party where Ashlee was going to be. Whether that's true or false, I don't know. But that's what it was said. I could believe that. I'm telling you. Something is telling me that connection comes through Beetroot. That's why Beetroot keep elbowing Mommy Dearest. Shut your ass up. You're saying too much. Yolanda said, you know, now that y'all saying that, that might not be a biological mama. That's his child, biologically, but not hers. No wonder she may not be giving a damn. I don't care. My thing is, if you consider that to be your child, whether that's his seed, bitch, you help raise that, even if it ain't yours. Where's the compassion? Where is the damn compassion? And all we want is justice for Ashlee Janae. That's all we want. My girl J. Rose says this is a perfect example. How we have to make better decisions on our futures, our deal breakers, our self-worth, and lose the thought of perfection. And that's all Ashlee strive for, perfection. And this young lady sought perfection in all the wrong places. She thought she was getting it from the blue-eyed devil. And look at what it cost her. Look at what it cost her. Carla says Joe probably getting paid through her phone for social media. I wouldn't doubt that. But Carla, listen. Once the word got out, let's talk about social media, Carla. Once the word got out about Ashlee's demise, ain't no money running through her phone for social media, baby. And we wondered why her accounts are being deleted. Who's operating her accounts? It's a possibility that nobody's operating her account. It could be Google. Shut her shit down. That's what we got to look at. Google could be the one to shut her shit down. They know she's no longer here. So who we sending the payday to? Masons, Eastern Star, the devil. The devil. Terrific said they got all kind of floats over here. I like this. Thank you, girl. Marty said it's time for that mama to tell it all. Tell it all. Marty says, don't the police do the bag on the hands to preserve any DNA? He watched too much damn CSI. Loud. Marty, I don't believe he was trying to preserve a damn thing. Marty, I believe the bags around her hands was trying to get rid of some shit. Tony says his DNA was under her fingernails. I don't know what that mama is being quiet. Joe is hiding something. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wings of creation. Welcome to the chat, my love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see. Wings of Creation said, good evening, Moca in chat. New subscriber as of tonight. I had to stop because you was talking my language. I've been asking creators in the chat why they haven't updated the GoFundMe to going towards her funeral expense, considering it was created for traveling expenses and they never left that part. That part, because to me, that GoFundMe telling a story. And I think because these people are out here moving like some pole motherfuckers, that's how they moving, right? We gonna tell us, we gotta tell it for what the fuck it is. When y'all initially came out here and asked for the GoFundMe, it was for traveling expenses to get to Tanzania. Y'all never made it to Tanzania. Y'all sit there and y'all let that shit kept growing, kept growing, kept growing. And now today the chat is telling me that y'all done cashed out the GoFundMe. That's very interesting. Is it because y'all on social media and y'all hearing all the chatter? Because y'all really exceeded the $50,000. Y'all didn't use it for an independent autopsy. Because I'm going to say it again. There was no, in Moca's opinion, there was no independent autopsy done. Wings of Creation said it was more than enough for them to get there. And they know that celebrities would have made sure they was taken care of. Because Cardi B is paying for all the funeral expenses. Let's talk about this shit. If Cardi B is paying for the funeral expenses, Ashlee's body is already home. In Mocha's opinion, there's been no independent autopsy. That shit did not happen in 48 hours. So what's the purpose? What's the purpose? What's the purpose? Yolanda, thank you so very much, my love, for the cash app. What's the purpose? Tony says, Mocha, I told y'all he was fighting her. She was trying to get away from him in that hallway. Tony, that hallway was some AI shit. And I say that because, listen, Zuri Zanzibar never released the goddamn footage. Not nothing. And the reason Zuri Zanzibar ain't releasing shit, again, Joe owns part of their properties. Joe has stock in their properties, so they ain't going to turn on theirs. They won't. They will not. Bed-Stuy says, shut that shit down. They need to. They need to shut it the hell down. Because this shit is not looking good. Marty said, Mocha, look at her daughter and look at Ashlee. At first, I thought her daughter and the mother, she looked worn out and tired. No disrespect to the sister, but it could be stress of that family life. Something ain't right. Marty, something in that milk ain't clean. I promise you. But I tell y'all what, Beetroot. Beetroot would be having his walking tickets. You hear me? Get the hell on. Because right now, Beetroot, he's just like the blue-eyed devil. He's too is controlling the damn narrative. He too is controlling the narrative. And I'm with Wings of Creation. All of these big content creators, all of these celebrities, these people would have stepped in and made shit happen if the family really wanted some shit to happen. But I will say this, and this is what I know. Cardi B came out here, she made one statement. Cardi B said this girl did not unalive herself. And that was the only post I ever seen her make. Now, if it was somewhere else, I don't know, but that's all I ever saw. But we as women, we as Black women, one thing we know for sure and two for certain, we ain't taking our own goddamn lives. For what? Ain't no hook, ain't no crook, no blue-eyed devil, no ding-a-ling, no none of that is worth us ending our own lives. Especially when you're in a position like somebody like Ashlee Janae, who has it all going for herself. Shit did not work with the blue-eyed devil. Ashlee had it going on to where she could have stepped her foot back on American soil, flipped that shit around, and kept it goddamn moving. So the blue-eyed devil was thinking Caucasianish when he said what the fuck she said about her unaliving herself, because Black women don't do shit like that. That's crazy. Just the lies. Katrina says they didn't need to GoFundMe. They did not need a GoFundMe to get her home because she had to get insurance. It's mandatory when you're traveling there. And who was over that life insurance policy? Katrina. Although it may be mandatory to get international life insurance when you're traveling abroad, there's no life insurance policy that I know. No matter what the stipulations are, that's going to pay you for suicide. Unless the blue-eyed devil thought he had it like that in that country and everybody was willing to dance to his fucking music and foogaboo everything that he brought across to the table. Marty says they did nothing. They did nothing to do with Ashlee or her justice. Go for me for them broke ass selves. No more paydays from anywhere. And you know, people wouldn't have to be saying all the things that they're saying about this family, but this is the vibe that this family is giving. This is the vibe that this family is giving. So they're bringing this shit on themselves. Wings of Creation said, now see somebody early, I didn't check it today. Somebody earlier said the GoFundMe was down. Wings of Creation said it's still up and running. And it's at 63,991 right now. So why is it still up? Why is it still up? Wings of Creation said they've not given an update to these donors, have not said thank you to anyone. This is something else. That says a lot about that family. That says a lot about that family. And we ain't going to blame that on grief. I don't give a fuck. We ain't going to blame that shit on, oh, I was so emotional. I forgot to thank the people. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just showed us who the hell you really are. Wings of Creation said it's still up. The last donation was 3 days ago. Hopefully, people stopped once the word got out that she was back in the States. Thank you, Rob. My girl says hit the thumbs up, y'all. Arjamon said someone at that resort saw something. If there were patrons there, they would have stood out as a couple. But even if there were patrons there, everything about this is controlled. Everything about this whole incident has been controlled by none other than the blue-eyed devil. And we have to accept that. He controlled the narrative. He fed it to her family, and they ran with it. And I don't know why they feel so obligated to a man that they know took their daughter's life. I lost all respect for the mother. Early in the interviews, they asked one question. Do you think Joe McCann had anything to do with the demise of your daughter? She couldn't say yes. And she didn't say no. But when you're a mother, when you're a real mother, I don't care if you have 19 children, something about your little hatchlings is going to make you have some sort of feeling on the inside. And if something ain't right, it ain't right. And you mean to tell me your discernment, your heart didn't tell you that this man could have been the one to take your child out, man? It wasn't the water in Tanzania. You got a phone call, ma'am, that said she took her own self out of here. And if you know your daughter like you want YouTube and social media and the world to believe you know your daughter, that you would have known your daughter didn't do this shit to herself. I appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you all for helping your girl reach her goal tonight. Much appreciated. Arjamon said the best friend said things were going on behind the scenes. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. And you know, it makes me wonder, why would she say that? What do she know? That best friend said things are going on behind the scenes. That best friend also said that this was bigger than Ashlee. So best friend, if it's bigger than Ashlee, best friend, we need you to say what you know. Bed-Stuy says reparation of remains insurance covers the high costs and logistical coordination of transporting a traveler's body or ashes back to their home country if they die while traveling. Absolutely, Carla Henry, it's time for the best friend to open the mouth. But y'all know we ain't done with this, right? Y'all know we're coming back again and again and again. We got to keep Ashlee's name alive and well. So we're going to end this live stream right here tonight as we continue to seek justice for Ashlee Janae, young lady who lost her life way too soon. She has strived very hard to become everything that she had become. And she was robbed of that by a no good ass man who hates black women. And I said it because that's who he is. This man has the look of demons in his eyes. This man targets black women like he has to teach them a lesson. And we're going to dig a little deeper. And we're going to keep digging a little deeper. And every night, we're going to come out here and talk about it just a little bit more. And I'm going to say I love each and every one of you. To my new subscribers, thank you. Thank you for joining the Nola Bells and Bows. Thank you for coming sit on the porch with us. For those of you that supported the channel through Cash Apps, Super Chats, Super Stickers, Jewels, thank you. Your support does not go unnoticed. Every little bit helps, and it keeps the channel growing. If you've not yet hit the like button, on your way out, please hit the like button for your girl. Hype up this live. Share it with a friend. The more you share, the more Ashlee's name stays alive, and that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. You all have a blessed night. Keep your notifications set so you are aware of every time we come sit on this porch. We don't never turn the porch light off. We just dim it a little bit. So until next time, God bless each and every one of you.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No look bells, the work ain't done. No. Mocha leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Tapping if you real, we don't fake nothing here. Got a team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Mocha in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the check gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. stand tall, we rise as one. Oh, no, no bellows, the work ain't done. Won't you lead it from the heart, never run, truth and care and everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. One mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide, where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. No bells, no work ain't done. Won't you lead it from the heart, never run, truth and care of everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you, we stand with the truth. This is the Know Your Bells. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Stand tall. Join the family.
Good night, everyone. God bless.